Well, here's a look at how things stand heading into the last window of CONCACAF World Cup qualifying. Canada in the top spot. They're unbeaten so far, and they are in prime position for Qatar. The US in second place, but equal with third place Mexico, who they will face tonight. Panama in fourth, and Costa Rica, El Salvador, Jamaica, and Honduras all in the bottom half of the table. And for more on the match, our former US international Jimmy Conrad and our CBS soccer writer Grant Wall join us now. Grant, I'm going to start with you because you are there live in Mexico City. I mean, give us a sense of what the build-up to this crucial match tonight has been like.
It's been wild here in Mexico City over the last 3 days since I got here, and fans of both teams are here in large numbers. U.S. Soccer sold 1,000 tickets to U.S. fans to come here. That's the most they've ever sold for a World Cup qualifier in the Azteca. And Mexican fans aren't very happy with their national team. They're really disappointed with the performances, including at home. And they want to see goals, and they want to see Chicharito and Carlos Vela back in the team. They're not here. They haven't been called in. And so there's a lot of pressure after Mexico has lost 3 straight times in meaningful games to the United States, which has never beaten Mexico in a World Cup qualifier at the Azteca, but might have a chance tonight.
And no doubt they'll feel that pressure with all those home fans there. Jimmy, you know just what it's like to play there at the Azteca. But how are you feeling ahead of tonight? Because this is three crucial matches coming up in this window. And this one is really going to set the tone, isn't it? So are you nervous? Are you confident? Are you a bit of both? Give us a pulse of how you're feeling.
Well, Poppy, I'm cautiously optimistic. You didn't use that as a choice, but it's the one I'm going to go with. But I think you're right. It is about setting the tone, not only for this game, but for the whole week. If we come out and are a little unsure of ourselves or lacking some confidence, that gives me some pause, not only for the 90 minutes against Mexico at high altitude and in a place that's difficult to get a result, but also how we're going to go approach the next games, which are of the utmost importance as well for us to get points so we can qualify. So I don't want us to play timid today. That's really my goal. If I was the coach, if I was Greg Berhalter, play with your shoulders back, with your head up, and go out there and perform to the best of your ability. Don't worry about anything else. Don't worry about the next game. Just go out there and give me your best performance tonight. But don't be timid. Don't be unsure of yourself. Go play with confidence. We believe in you.
That's how you want them to play, Jimmy. But what are you expecting from Greg Berhalter in terms of personnel? Because with this 3-match window, there's a lot of question marks. Will he go full strength for tonight, or will he save it for the Panama game? So what are you expecting from his selections?
That's a great question. I'm just as curious as everybody else. I do have a little bit of insight that Walker Zimmerman and Miles Robinson will be the starting center backs. I thought maybe Aaron Long could get in there and maybe supplant Miles because he hasn't been as sharp to start this MLS season. But I like the rapport between Walker and Miles, so we're starting there. I assume we're going to see Zach Steffen in goal. So we got some familiarity in the spine of our team. But ultimately, I guess the big question is if Tyler Adams starts, because if he gets another yellow card, then he misses the Panama game at home. So do you elect to risk him there, or do you go with Kellyn Acosta, who has shown he can do it before in World Cup qualifying? He had a good performance when we tied there 1-1 at Azteca in the run-up to 2018's World Cup. We got a nice result there, and Kellyn Acosta was playing behind Michael Bradley. So he's got the experience at Azteca, so it wouldn't be a big surprise if that happened and we saved Tyler Adams. But everywhere else, I think we have quality in every single position, despite missing Weston McKennie and Serginho Dest. So again, I'm cautiously optimistic, Poppy.
You know, I would say also it was fascinating. Yesterday, Greg Berhalter said in the pregame press conference that he was indeed considering a B-team lineup for this Mexico game. And he said, I'm not going to tell you now, but you're going to find out when the lineups come out before the game, because the Panama home game on Sunday is more important than this Mexico game when it comes to World Cup qualifying, because the U.S. can prevent Panama from catching the U.S. simply by winning that game on Sunday. The U.S. doesn't need to win tonight. It's a huge rivalry game, but that's the big question for me is what lineup will Greg Berhalter use in this game? Will he go with a B team or an A- team in hopes of focusing all their energies on Sunday against Panama?
Grant, I'm glad that you brought up Greg's press conference. He was incredibly open and honest, and he talked also about how this is the biggest week and the biggest week of his coaching staff's career as well. How do you feel like the team and Greg is handling all this noise and the pressure ahead of tonight's match?
I really appreciated the honesty that Greg Berhalter had. He could have sort of lied and said these are just like any other games, but he was honest and he said, look, these are the defining games of my coaching career and our staff's career. And we realize the significance of these games, especially with the U.S. having failed to qualify for World Cup 2018. And so I think also, too, you look at Italy failing to qualify for the World Cup today, losing at home 1-0 against North Macedonia. That's the second straight time the 4-time World Cup champions have missed out. So nobody's guaranteed anything in World Cup qualifying. I'm sure Greg Berhalter will mention Italy to his U.S. team tonight ahead of this game. They've got to still do it on the field, get what they need to do to get to Qatar.
And Jimmy, from a player's perspective, we know it's going to be a hostile environment. How do the players really use this in a positive way when they're on the pitch? And how important is that first 10 minutes going to be to really set the tone in this one?
Well, Poppy, let's be honest. Anytime we have a home game against Mexico, it's kind of more Mexican fans in the stands. I mean, we look at the Nations League final in Denver, and that was a hostile environment at home. So I think the players are used to this. And the fact that we have 1,000 fans in the stadium, I think, will give us that energy that we need. When we score, we get to the corner flag. We know exactly where to point and who to wave to once we make that happen. But with regard to the first 10 or 15 minutes, I could see us being a little pragmatic, not taking any risks, not trying to open up any gaps in any areas or any lines of our team, but really just trying to settle in and acclimate to the mile high, the high altitude of what you face when you're at Azteca, and really just kind of poke and prod and see where Mexico's set up, how they're set up, and how we can hurt them, and lean on the experiences. We beat them 3 times in the last year, so why can't we do it again? Whether we're at Mexico City or whether we're playing in the States, it shouldn't matter at this point. And I think we have the type of team that is young and is confident and has that swagger to go out and get a result. By the way, we've never won a World Cup qualifier in Azteca. Why not tonight?
Yep, Jimmy Conrad, why not? The countdown to kickoff is well and truly on. Under 4 hours to go until the opening kick from the Azteca. And a reminder, you can watch all of the pre-match build-up to the game on CBS Sports Network and Paramount+. We'll also be back with you here on HQ right before, so make sure you join us then as the road to Qatar continues.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.